Hey, welcome World Entertainment, and it must be another day ending in Y because once again, one of the stars of Disney Star Wars has decided to come out and once again say, oh, the fans are racist and all that usual crap, and this time it comes from John Boyega. Yeah, he has come out to once again brand Star Wars fans racist.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Yep, so this isn't an April Fool's because this comes from himself, and there's a video and we will be taking a look at it and we are going to tear this all apart. Oh by God, we are going to tear it all apart, including him. But let's have a look at a bit of an article first, just to have a look. So John Boyega has revisited his experience with the Star Wars franchise in a new Apple TV Plus documentary, offering fresh comments that are once again steering debate among fans. In number 1 on the call sheet, Black Leading Men in Hollywood, so not John Boyega, Boyega shared his views on the franchise's perceived lack of representation and takes aim at the fanbase instead of the studio. So we are going to take a look at the video where he talks about all of this crap. And if you want to just get ready for your blood to boil and everything, be prepared because it's about to happen. Here is this video of what this absolute clown show has to say.
They're pandering. Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. Like, this franchise is so white that it's like a black person existing in that was something. And you can always tell it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are on the cookie dough. I'm like, bro, they just scattered that in there, bro. They're okay with us playing the best friend. But once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my God, it's just a bit too much.
So yes, there you go. He thinks that it's always been a place for whiteness, that it's always been, oh, it's just a favor almost to stick black people in there. He thinks the fans once again are racist because they point out Lando and Mace Windu. Well, guess what, John?
It doesn't matter what you think!
Yeah, exactly. So let's actually break down this moron, and by Christ is he a moron. The fact that he's now sitting there turning around and blaming fans, and you notice he tries to put on the nerdy voice to really kind of drive home, oh, Star Wars fans are nerdy. It's like, listen here, you little privileged pumped up piece of arrogant shit that is known as John Boyega. You weren't saying any of this stuff when you accepted the role in The Force Awakens, did you? No, you weren't sitting there going, yeah, I'm just going to be a little chocolate chip spread into a big cookie. Yeah, you didn't say that, did you? You didn't say anything about racist fans or anything like that, and Star Wars has always been so white when you were cashing them checks, were you? No. But now, it seems to be your career did not take off. No. It seems to be that maybe, just maybe, all that lovely Star Wars money has dried up because you clearly thought, I've done Star Wars, I'm going to be the next Denzel Washington on the big screen. And in the end, it turns out you're nothing but Denzel Washington's boot shiner. So, what is his issue? Why is he saying all this crap? Well, clearly he's trying to get back in bed with Disney because he obviously wants jobs. So what better way than to go about and shit all over the fans, the very people who defended him, because we all remember these posters. One of these posters is not like the other. That's right, because one of them is the Chinese poster where Disney, the billion-dollar company, shrunk John Boyega on said poster. They did that. They blended him in so you could barely even notice that he was on there. Last I checked, fans didn't do that. Disney did that. Did we make the character of Finn a janitor? Hang on, let me think. No, that was J.J. Abrams and Disney. That's right, the most interesting character from the trailer for a Star Wars movie was this black stormtrooper. Everybody went, this could be interesting. Then we saw him on the poster and in the trailer. holding a lightsaber, and we thought, this is really interesting. And then it turns out he scrubs the toilets for the stormtroopers. Yeah, last I checked, we didn't do that. And then he's calling out, oh, they only sprinkled black people into the franchise like they were chocolate chips into cookie dough. Hang on, let me just check the history books here. Yep, just as I thought. We didn't cast the fucking films. We just watched them. We gave our money to them. We loved them. Do you know what else happened, John? No one sat out there and went, well, this sucks. Look, there's a black dude on the screen. No. Everybody loved those characters. And not once did they ever bring up the colour of their skin. Do you know who only brings up colours of skins? Actual racists. Who's more the racist? The person who never mentions it, or the person who can't stop talking about it? Think about it, John. Think about it. Then he's trying to say, oh, they're only acceptable if they're the side character and a friend, as long as they don't do anything significant. Once that happens, oh, no, you're going against the grain, you're doing this and doing that. Memory serves, Lando Calrissian blew up the Death Star in Return of the Jedi. Lando did that. Lando, the black man. Did anyone complain? Did anyone go, this is stupid, why did the black dude do it? No, nobody said that, did they? No. But everyone that came out and defended John Boyega when Disney shrunk him on a poster, when it turns out they made him nothing but a janitor, and then pissed all over his character in the second movie, when they clearly didn't even know what to do with him, so they ridiculed him into this tiny little corner of, hey, you're just going to be Rose Tico's play toy. And then turn around in the third movie and just basically have him scream Rey. Hang on, let me check those books again. Yep, just as I thought. We, the fans, didn't write any of that shit. Disney, J.J. Abrams, and Rian Johnson were the clowns who wrote all of that stuff. So do yourself a favour, John Boyega, before you keep going out there and running your mouth with all this stuff, maybe you should do one thing. What is that one thing? Oh, that's right. Shut up, bitch. My Christ, these people are really starting to fucking irritate the shit out of me. And when I say these people, I'm talking about these pompous, multi-millionaire, standing on their soapbox, Hollywood elite pieces of shit who try to talk down to every one of us just because we tried to at least give it a chance. It's not our fault you were in 3 absolute horrendous dog shit movies. It's your fault. You never said anything to Disney. You didn't turn around to Disney and go, hang on, why am I only the janitor? You didn't look at the script of the Last Jedi and go, hey, how come I'm on this side mission? I actually do nothing and contribute nothing to this movie. How come you didn't look at the script for The Rise of Skywalker and say, how come all I do is scream Rey? No. You took the checks. You took the beatings from Disney. You took your lashings on your back. And what did you do? You turned around. You didn't blame the whipper. No. You blamed the fucking whip. That's right. You blamed the whip. In the end, John, you're nothing. You're nothing. You're a cog in a machine that is entertainment. You're replaceable. You're expendable. You are nothing to anyone. You do nothing but play pretend. You make believe and you make a goddamn great living from doing it. But then to turn around and try and shove the Disney trilogy back at the people who rejected the movie, not the fucking character, but the movie. And you want to sit there and you want to cry to your mammy. You want to call for mammy. Oh, mammy, it's not fair. Disney made me a janitor in the movie, but the fans who stuck up for me, I have to call them racist. My God, John. You want to see our reactions to you being like this little moany bitch?
You're mine now. You belong to me. You're not gonna have your mommy stand behind you anymore and wipe your little tushes. No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimble have to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Yeah, nobody's here anymore to wipe your little tushy. So grow a pair. Learn what your position is in the machine of Hollywood. Because right now, it's nothing. You are nothing to that machine. You didn't make any dent in the world after Star Wars. And as soon as you walked out and jumped up onto your soapbox and started spouting shit like this, to the point that you've just had to come all the way back after all these years, 6 years, we're almost 6 years since the last Star Wars movie, and now you decide to sit down there and aim all your frustrations, not at the company who fucked you over. No. But aim it directly at the people who stood by you, who supported you, who thought you were possibly one of the most interesting parts of the new trilogy. And you want to take that shot at them and call them out instead of the very company who put you in that position to be nothing but a janitor, nothing but the side character, not a hero at all. John, from me, every other Star Wars fan, and I'm talking real Star Wars fans, not those shill fuckers, from all of us, from the bottom of our hearts, to you, John Boyega, we say this.
Go fuck yourself!
And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.